Rev your engines, Formula One fans, because the season is finally here. And what a season it promises to be, with new cars, new rules, and some familiar faces looking to bounce back from a tough 2022 campaign. In this video, we'll be previewing the opening race of the season, the Bahrain Grand Prix, and taking a closer look at some of the key storylines and drivers to watch. From Red Bull's dominant form to Ferrari's bid for redemption, from Mercedes' struggles to the rise of Alpine and Aston Martin, we've got it all covered. So buckle up, hit that play button, and let's dive into the world of Formula One. All eyes on Bahrain as Formula One season begins. After 3 long months, Formula One is finally set to return this weekend with the opening race of the season at the Bahrain International Circuit. The Bahrain Grand Prix is known for being a night race, with the track being illuminated by floodlights, providing a spectacular visual experience for the fans. The race has been held at the Bahrain International Circuit since its inception in 2004, and it's considered one of the most important events on the F1 calendar. Compared to other Formula One courses, the Bahrain International Circuit is known for its technical challenges, which require a driver to have a great deal of skill and precision to navigate the circuit effectively. The circuit is 5.4 kilometers long and has a total of 15 turns, including a long straight that leads into a tight hairpin turn. The high-speed sections of the track require drivers to have good acceleration and top speed, while the tight corners demand precision and control. Overall, the Bahrain Grand Prix is an exciting event that is known for its unique challenges and spectacular setting. It is a race that every motorsport fan should watch at least once, as it provides a thrilling and unforgettable experience for all who attend. The winter season is over and testing is complete, so sit back and relax as we preview the first race of the 2023 F1 season, the Bahrain Grand Prix. Max Verstappen and Red Bull expected to impress, even before a wheel had turned for testing. Red Bull and their number one driver, Max Verstappen, were a lot of people's favourites, having dominated in 2022, including a record-breaking 15 wins for Verstappen. Few would have predicted either the Dutchman or the team could have been toppled. After 3 days of testing and 413 laps completed for Red Bull, the Milton Keynes side are once again looking like they are a cut above the opposition. A key difference between their performance now and last year was that Red Bull actually started with plenty of problems going into 2022. For a start, the car was slower than Ferrari's and also more unreliable. But 12 months on, and they have ironed out all of those problems. Expect a strong showing from the off from both Red Bull and Verstappen. Focus on Ferrari. No team needs a good start more than Ferrari in 2023. Having won 2 of the opening 3 races, the team self-imploded and not only slipped far behind Red Bull in the standings, but also had to watch their back as a resurgent Mercedes appeared in their wing mirrors. It's all change at the Italian outfits, with Mattia Binotto falling on his sword and resigning, while longtime Sauber Alfa Romeo man Fred Vasseur has been selected to fill the hottest of Formula One hot seats. In Carlos Sainz and Charles Leclerc, they have 2 of the strongest drivers on the grid, but with the same people who made disastrous strategy calls in 2022 still part of the team. Only time will tell if Ferrari have eliminated the kind of mistakes that made them a laughingstock. A resurgent Lewis Hamilton, or more of the same for Mercedes. 2022 was the worst year in Lewis Hamilton's long and very successful career. It was the first season in which he failed to win a race, and he spent more time concerned about ever-worsening back problems than he did about winning races. The W13 was the problem child in Mercedes' recent history. With the new regulations that came out in 2022, Mercedes were blindsided by a porpoising issue that would go on to destroy any title ambitions they may have had. It took nearly a whole season for the Silver Arrows to fix the issue, with George Russell's maiden F1 win in Sao Paulo representing the team's sole victory in 2022. And while those problems look to be a thing of the past, spending time fixing them came at the cost of developing their 2023 car. The W14 looks to be a more stable and reliable car, but is still lacking performance in comparison to the Ferrari and Red Bull, which leads the question of what can Hamilton expect from 2023. Not only did he end up without a win, but he also scored fewer points than his teammate Russell, which is something that has only happened a handful of times in the 7-time world champion's career. While he is always a driver that will have title ambitions, his first challenge is to once again prove himself as the #1 driver at Mercedes. Alpine to battle for podiums, and a resurgent Aston Martin? Away from the upper end of the grid, there is plenty of intrigue to be found in the midfield. Having swapped Fernando Alonso for Pierre Gasly, Alpine have an all-French driver lineup, and there is a sense of growing confidence from within the team. As Alonso will be able to tell you, the A522 did not lack for performance, but instead it was in the reliability that the team most struggled with. And the early talk from within the Enstone outfit is that those problems are a thing of the past. In 2022, Alpine pipped McLaren to the P4 spot, but now they have eyes on further up the grid and securing their first podium since Esteban Ocon's win at Hungary in 2021. But P4 is also no guarantee, with plenty of other teams eyeing that best of the rest spot. Haas, McLaren and AlphaTauri all want to move further up the grid, but perhaps the biggest challenger to Alpine's spots is actually the team that finished in P7 last year, Aston Martin. While a move of 3 places up the standings seems a big ask, Aston Martin have certainly put the work in to make that a reality. Financed by Canadian billionaire Lawrence Stroll, the team have hired some of the best technical minds, including former Red Bull head of aerodynamic Dan Fallows, have spent millions of pounds developing their Silverstone base, and perhaps most crucially, have signed Fernando Alonso as a driver. Even at the age of 41, Alonso is a highly competitive individual and demands a lot from his team. With his drive and with his performances in 2022 proving that he has not lost any of the ability that earned him 2 world championships, do not rule out Aston Martin from climbing up the table. 3 rookies on the grid, all with different expectations. While there was only 1 rookie on the 2022 grid, that number has trebled, with 3 new faces for F1 fans to get used to. The most highly rated of them is McLaren's Oscar Piastri, but the F3 and F2 champion may have difficulties judging by the poor performance of the McLaren car in pre-season testing. He may be 28, but Nick de Vries is another rookie on the grid as he steps into the AlphaTauri car. Considering Red Bull's sister team finished P9 in 2022, expectations are low for the constructor, but with de Vries only being given a 1-year contract, there's plenty for him to prove. The final rookie is another man who has low expectations on him, and that's Logan Sargent. Representing the first American driver since 2015, Williams have bet on his future, with his junior career nothing to write home about. But as usual, Williams enter the season as one of the unfancied sides, and it will take a lot from Sargent for them to avoid anything other than P10 in the constructors' standings. So there you have it, a preview to wet your whistle ahead of the main event this Sunday. In the meantime, why not subscribe and perhaps watch another video as we all count down the minutes until it's lights out and away we go. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to our channel for more content like this. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss an upload. If you have any questions or comments about the topic discussed in this video, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. We love hearing from our viewers and will do our best to respond to as many comments as possible.